Holy shit, that guy's head got crushed!
Do you think in like beetle fighting competitions they eat the loser?
What was that? You broke up.
I said, do you think in beetle fighting competitions they make them eat the loser?
I would like to see Ringo Starr eat John Lennon.
I knew you'd take it there.
Oh, I went there, girlfriend, and I'll take it another step. Who do you think would win, though? George Harrison, Ringo, John, or Paul?
Well, Paul's lived the longest.
The only weapons they have are their instruments.
Well, in that case, it's kind of an equal fight between the three of them.
Yeah, Ringo's sort of fucked.
Yeah,
All he has are drumsticks, unless he's willing to pick up a bass drum and try and slam it over their head.
Bludgeon someone to death with a drum. Yeah, otherwise that's an even fight.
I don't know if Ringo has that kind of grip power, you know? You seem sort of, I don't know what the word is. Bony?
I think I'd have to give that fight to John. Like,
he's got all the practice from beating his girlfriends, so...
Right. He knows how to hurt a person.
He really knows how to club. And he's got that deep-seated anger that I don't think Paul McCartney has because he's vegan.
Right, and George was kind of like a pacifist, basically. Oh, you're not going to go that way yet?
No, I think this way, actually, I need a power-up, so yeah, I will go. I think this is just a secret. Or, I could be wrong.
I was saying the way of all the spikes.
Yeah, this is the way to go.
Oh. Gotta make sure you save all them caterpillars.
Caterpillars.
What do you call pill bugs?
Roly-polies.
Yeah, okay. Me too.
Why? Is there another name for them? I don't even know that people called them anything else.
Well, they're called pill bugs. But I always called them roly-polies as a kid. But then again, I learned
still
that
call them roly-polies. Fuck whoever
Right.
says they're called a pill bug.
Well, I learned to say roly-poly when I lived here, so maybe that's just one of those holdovers I have.
What, lived here in the States?
No, lived in L.A. in the States.
I thought you were from fucking, like, Slovakia or something.
Yep. Slovenia.
How else do you get a last name like yours?
Right. What, Tannhauser?
That's such an Eastern European name. It makes the very American fibers on my skin crawl.
It's a lot of talk from a guy named Bahungluk.
Bahungluk is as American as apple pie. It's no different from Johnson or Smorgy.
Smorgy. So the other day when I was on the bus, I was trying to remember who sings Layla. And all my brain kept telling me was that
Derek and his Dominoes.
Yeah, I know it's Derek and the Dominoes. But I was trying to think of the Eric that sang it, and all my brain kept telling me was that it was Eric Idle. I was like, I know that's not...
Now he's saying I like Chinese. Which
like,
is
I know
better
that's
than
not
anything
right,
that Derek and the
like,
Dominoes has put out.
Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla.
Layla.
Begging darling,
You
please,
got
Layla.
me on my knees, Layla. You want me to beg and please, Layla.
So I knew that wasn't right, but my brain couldn't think of Clapton for whatever reason.
You can always look on the bright side of Layla. Layla's a piece of shit! And you think of it.
Makes that song very different, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a drunk pickup, or a breakup song. You laugh like go.
My little coquettish giggles.
I was recently corrected on my pronunciation of chagrin.
Yeah, it's chagrin.
You've never corrected me on it. So I was doing work for an
I always thought you said it that way
English
as a
professor
joke.
from USC, and it's actually chagrin. Like, the fuck? This is American, lady, not French. It's the French word, like sofa. You mean sofa? You dumb bitch.
Sofa.
How the French pronounce sofa, apparently. Chauffeur. I don't get it either.
I always thought you were saying it that way as a joke. 'Cause, you know.
It's one of those words I've only ever read. So thanks for outing me as an ignorant fuck.
You're welcome. Anything I could do for that purpose.
While I was working there, I was working out in the backyard, and she's flanked on every single side by people that are working on these gigantic apartment complexes. She has this tiny little duplex she's living in.
Oh,
There's
no.
apartment complexes everywhere. So there's a bunch of, for lack of a better term, Latinos. People of Latinic heritage.
Latinic. Go on.
That were working. I will not say the status of the legality,
you
because
don't
I'm
know.
not sure what it is, but I'm assuming it's not legal. They aren't, I should say.
You don't know. You didn't check their papers.
Judging how retarded this guy was with tools, I'm gonna have to say he was. The whole reason why I brought this up is because I saw a guy using an axe to hammer in nails at face level.
Oh God.
Oh my God, it was like he's shaving with that thing. He was this fucking close to just taking off some cheekbone. One slip, because obviously when you're hammering something in with an axe, that means you're using the back end of it, which means
Right,
that
one would
if you're
hope.
hammering something in at face level, where do you think the axe head is pointed?
Right at your face.
Your face! And he was doing it on a ladder, so imagine if he slipped. Woo, doggy! Got yourself some Mexican head cheese right there, let me tell you.
Not your best laborer, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that IQ is directly correlated to legality, but I'm sure there's some sort of scientific study that could be done.
Mexican legals don't hammer in nails with an axe.
Axes.
That's
The thing is, you're on a professional construction site. You'd think they'd be able to afford a hammer. I don't get it. So the most basic of tools. Why do you have an axe but not a hammer?
yeah. Like if you were to tell me to like buy a tool set, the first thing I'm gonna make sure I have is a hammer.
This shit don't add up.
Like carpentry at its base level is wooden nails.
Like I said, I don't get it either. Not to mention that if you're
I'm
on a construction site like that, it means that they probably are going to be using power tools, which would be
I wouldn't trust that man with power tools.
yeah, right.
He can't even use the
He'd
non-power
check down
tools.
the barrel of a nail gun and right through the eye, I'm sure.
Right.
Is this thing on?
I
I remember seeing a video of a guy doing that with a shotgun.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons my brother wasn't allowed to use a gun for a while.
Did he do that?
Yeah, like we taught him all the rules. Like my dad was a very good teacher. Like I learned a bunch of the stuff from him before I was even in the Marine Corps. And then like he went to use a handgun.
Didn't you say that your brother inherited all, like, none of the charisma or intellect of Spurgle Tannhauser?
No, none.
Which is, damn. Genetics are a bitch sometimes, aren't they?
Yep. So like he was firing a revolver and he went through all 6 shots. But regardless of that, like, you came up to a one, like, click, immediately goes to look down the barrel.
Oh, no.
And both my dad and I, like, jump up and, like, stop him. Like, no.
Spurgle, I know that you're trying to protect your own kind, but you sometimes gotta let natural selection do its work.
Well, like I said, it was
He
a
obviously
revolver.
was not meant to be in the gene pool. Let's just let nature take its course.
Yeah.
That's what I say, of course.
That's how I feel sometimes, but then I'm reminded, like, oh, right, he's...
Damn it, he's my flesh and blood.
Right. No matter how stupid he might be. I had a really hard time with these guys. I remember that. Not fighting him as a boss. As the boss, I was okay, but when there's like 2 or 3 of them in one place.
Oh yeah, that was a bitch. Once you have a little bit more health to sponge, though, they fall into pretty predictable patterns, as you saw me do.
Yeah.
You just pogo once, they shield up, then you hit them in the stomach.
Aim for the crotch.
Yep. I think the thing is that most people at this stage of the game don't realize that you can pogo, so they don't.
Oh yeah, that was that secret at the very beginning. It's all around
The
pogoing.
mushroom jump.
Yep.
Yeah. I figured it out on my own. It took me like a minute or two, but some people took to the internet in droves, complaining their asses off about that mechanic. Like, it's never explained anywhere! Stupid!
Figure it out.
While I just
Panic and
100%ed
hit
Bloodstain. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I said just panic when you're heading towards spikes and swing at them. You'll figure it out.
You would think.
Sorry, you just 100%ed Bloodstained?
Yeah, and some of the mechanics are way more obtuse and poorly explained than Hollow Knight. Like,
Oh, for
way
sure.
more. There. Cover your ears if you plan on going through the game and don't want any spoilers, but to give you a frame of reference, I was stuck at one part for a little chunk of time where you need this swim mechanic. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and it's not explained where the fuck you get it. Nobody tells you where to get it, as far as I know.
Nope.
And eventually, I was just walking around the area where you want the swim mechanic in the water, and then I just so happened to kill one of the enemies in that area, and it turns out that it's one of the power-ups you get from the enemies in that area that allow you to swim.
Yep.
It's like, you would think that in order to fight those enemies that you would want to learn how to swim, so you'd find it elsewhere. Nope.
Nope. Yeah, that one's
Never
pretty notorious.
Yeah, I was lucky enough where I found that out on my own, but there was a few other ones that were way stupider.
Did you
one
figure
that
out
I had to look
the
up.
dive kick from the double jump?
Yes, I never knew that. Which is weird because I played through Symphony of the Night, so I should have known that.
Right.
Because obviously that's a mechanic from there, but
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. I kept looking for a bounce power up. Never found one.
Nope.
But the other thing was the Aegis plate. That location is just pants on head retarded.
I don't know anything about that one.
Yeah, it's exactly like that plate, Spike Mail in Symphony of the Night, where
Okay.
when you
Break
wear it,
spikes.
yeah, you can avoid spikes and any damage that comes from environmentals.
Okay.
Do it! Charge me, you bitch!
You missed.
Charge me! Hit me! Hit me!
All right, Joker.
Hit me! Hit me! Ah! Ah! Damn it.
She doesn't want you killing her babies. But she'll keep summoning them for some reason.
There we go.
That bug was filled with goo.
You're welcome, you little bitch. Goodbye.
I want my money back.